and get you guys in a better position. No one needs a close-up of me at 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, how are you? Man, it's 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and I'm looking at your work. I know it's later for you, but that's a good day's worth of work. You co-created a piece of art working with nature. It's pretty incredible when you think about it, you know? You saw what the tree wanted you to help bring out, and so you did. Give me a second, guys. So I didn't pick a... I apologize. I didn't pick a particular point from A Course in Miracles to read, as I wanted an overall arching theme. So we're going to dive in just a minute. Hey, Easy. Easy says, good morning, Eric. Hey, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Easy. One moment. I don't think this is going to be a real long live stream. I was up pretty late last night, later than I wanted to be. Let's see, our friend Nightmare's here. Nightmare, my friend, how are you? Now we can get started. You know, nothing begins until Nightmare shows up. Stop the planet from moving. My favorite streamer just got on. Welcome, my friend. So I'm going to start with Lesson 55 from A Course in Miracles. All the way up to Lesson 55. In just a moment. So, choosing peace. Let's see. It is early for me. Nightmare? It is just past 5 o'clock. But this is about time I always do my live stream. I am up pretty much no matter what time I go to bed. I'm up somewhere between 2 o'clock and 2:20. If I'm feeling sorry for myself, I'll sleep until 2:30. Nightmare says 10 for me. So I guess it's 10 for Squirrel Sniper too. And he's already, it looks like he put in a full day worth of work, 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I could have used a little bit more sleep today. Like I said, I was up pretty late. So lesson 55 is a review. It has the previous 10 lessons all sort of combined. And it begins with, I am determined to see things differently. We don't see peace until we are determined to see it. And so we are determined to see things different than what they are. We're giving a perception of the world. The perception of the world is based upon the thoughts that we have. It's a hard line. No one ever wants to edge up to that line and say, I need to claim responsibility for the world that I see because it's in my mind. If we're not seeing peace in every situation, it's because we're not choosing peace in every situation. It's there because it is counter to everything that we see, meaning we can see things different from what we're experiencing right now. Peace isn't something that lies outside of our thoughts. We choose peace moment by moment by moment. If you are experiencing anything other than peace, if you're experiencing anything other than love, it's a choice. Man, that's hard to get to. It's much easier to blame the world. It's much easier to blame other people. It's much easier to blame a situation. And yet, no situation arises outside of your mind. We can't argue that. We can't argue that reality exists outside of our mind because everything is occurring within our mind. So, the onus, the responsibility, and I love that word, responsibility, our ability to respond is ours every single moment. It took me a long time to get to, and this is why I kept putting the Course in Miracles aside. Ego says, peace is always an option. Ego is usually the cause for no peace, but I totally understand because choosing peace can sometimes be tough. Man, nightmare. That's an incredible insight. You're 100% straight on. 100% straight on. Ego is always the cause for no peace because we confuse ego for reality. Ego is simply a conception that we have given belief in because we didn't know any different. Weirdly enough, I remember the exact moment I chose ego in my life as a kid. That there was a sense of peace, and all of a sudden I remember having thoughts, and then I remembered thinking, this is me. Hey, I'm a thought. I'm having thoughts. I went from that moment of being pure awareness to relating to the thinker. The thinker doesn't really exist. The awareness to the thinker is always present. The awareness to the thinker is always at peace in any and every situation. So the great line from A Course in Miracles is, I can choose peace instead of this. But we never do until we get to that point where we say, I am determined to see things differently because I've had enough of this. I've had enough of suffering. I've had enough of chaos. I've had enough of a life that is filled with always blaming other people or always blaming myself for every situation. This is why the next step, lesson 22, what I see is a form of vengeance. Everything that we see right now is a form of vengeance, and we don't even realize it. Let me read what's clarified here. The world I see is hardly the representation of loving thoughts. It is a picture of attack on everything by everything. It is anything but a reflection of the love of God and the love of His Son. You don't have to buy into the religious language if you don't want to. You can replace love of God with the love of Buddha, the love of the Tao, if it's easier for you. It is my own attack thoughts that give rise to this picture. My loving thoughts will save me from this perception of the world and give me the peace of God. Give me the peace God intended me to have. We can choose peace in every moment. As our friend Nightmare said, it's an option. If we are seeing a world that is not filled with peace, it's because our thoughts are creating a world that is not full of peace. It doesn't change until we change. And a lot of people say, well, but if I change, everyone needs to change. Exactly. But it starts with you. Don't wait until someone else does it. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the peace you want to create in the world. Nightmare says, just imagine how good it would be if both sides of ongoing conflicts in the world decided to help each other rather than hurt. This is really an option, but they don't see it at the moment, sadly. Absolutely. Once again, 100% dead on, Nightmare. Imagine if one world leader who is in a conflict woke up one morning and said, you know what? It's only a thought of conflict. I could have a different thought. I could entertain a different thought. Good morning, Tandra. Jenny, my friend, how are you? Hey, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I know for Tandra, it wasn't officially Thanksgiving, but I'm thankful for you, my friend. She says, poop howdy. Poop howdy to you, my friend. Joyfield says, be the change. Exactly. Be the change. We keep putting it off. If you want peace, let's not even talk about world peace right now. Let's talk about our little piece of the world. Let's talk about a live stream. Do you want peace in a live stream? Be the peace you want to see in the live stream. Don't put it on someone else. That's their responsibility. Put it on you. And it doesn't have to be a hard-edged, gritting my teeth, I'm going to be at peace no matter what. Be, as our friend Jenny is, joy-filled. Be joy-filled. That's who you are by your very nature. Jenny says, be peace. Jenny says, Eric, morning. Sniper says, Tandra Jace, joy-filled. Joyful says, be peace. Nightmare says, hi to Nightmare. So, moving on to 23. I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. Herein lies salvation and nowhere else. Without attack thoughts, I could not see a world of attack. As forgiveness allows love returns to my awareness. I see a world of peace and safety and joy, and it is this I choose to see in place of what I look on now. That's why we forgive. Forgive isn't something that we bestow upon another. Forgiveness is choosing peace instead of this. Forgiveness is choosing the reality of a loving world instead of the illusion of chaos, instead of the illusion of turmoil. A lot of times we feel, but I need to defend myself. I'm being attacked. I need to defend myself. If you are seeing attack, you are a participant in the attack itself, and you can choose something different. That's the nature of forgiveness. I'm choosing something other than what I perceive. And when my perceptions change, the world changes. Hey, Sean. Nightmare says, it's granddad, I'm sorry, as Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror. Man, bringing in Michael Jackson. I love that. Milka would appreciate that as well. Let's see. Hey, Sean, I actually can't do that right now because the message is on my phone and not on my desktop. And I'm doing the filming right now. If you send it again on Facebook, I can probably bring it up. So guys, if you can send some prayers to our friend Sean, his granddad is not doing too well. He's being cared for right now. He's in the version of hospice care. Thank you, Jenny. Getting love sent our way. Much appreciated. All right. This is Sean's granddad. So if we can send some prayers. May he be at peace. May his family be at peace. May Sean be at peace. Love to you, my friend. Love to you, granddad. I've been there. Thank you, guys. I much appreciate it. Thank you, Tandra. So moving on to 24. I do not perceive my own best interest. That's another hard line for us to step up to. What do you mean I don't perceive my own best interest? Of course I do, because pushing this away, or I'm not embracing this, or I'm fighting this. If you are fighting something, you're giving energy to the fighting. Decades and decades and decades ago, it was asked of Mother Teresa in an interview, why aren't you leading the fight against the war? This is in the Vietnam era. How come you're not marching against the war? And she said, I refuse to give my energy on something against something else. If you march against war, you're giving energy to war. You're perceiving war. But she said, if you have a march for peace, I will gladly join it. If you want peace, you can't go about fighting for it. You can't fight for peace. It's an oxymoron. You have to be at peace and then offer that to the world, moment by moment by moment. And it doesn't always seem easy. It doesn't always seem easy. So let me read this last part and then we'll step back in the conversation. How could I recognize my own best interests when I do not know who I am? What I think of my best interests would merely bind me closer to the world of illusions. I am willing to follow the guide God has given me to find out what my own best interests are, recognizing that I cannot perceive them by myself. In the language of the Course in Miracles, that's the Holy Spirit. We could call it our higher self. We could call it our heart center, our loving heart. We don't perceive our own best interests because we believe we are a separate, small, egoic self. Us against them. This is what Nightmare was saying about the ego. And man, Nightmare is on fire today. So we keep choosing the ego because we think we are the ego. But when we see, we don't fight the ego. We don't try to destroy it. We just need to see through it. We just simply see see. As Squirrel Sniper says, it's a navigational system. But we don't listen to the GPS in our car and confuse ourselves for the navigational system. And neuro-linguistic programming, they say the map is not the territory. Don't confuse the map for the actuality. Don't confuse the menu for the meal. The menu is a representation of the meal. The meal is in the taste. As a vegan, I'm going to use apple, but you could use steak. The actuality is in the steak. The actuality is in that first bite of the apple. It's not in the menu. All right, back in the conversation. Nightmare saying hi to everyone. Tanya sends love to Sean. Sniper says, cosmic ordered comfort and rest for you, Granddad. Thank you, Sniper. Sean says he barely has weeks to live. Hey, Sean, as I sent you in a message, just spend as much time as you can with your granddad. Hold his hand. Send him love. Ease him through this transition. And when he does pass, know that he is not passing away from you. He is just passing into a larger reality of which you already belong to. He's never going to be separate from you. He's always going to be part of you. Always, my friend. Let's see. Jenny says the same thing. Sean, be with him as much as you can. Thank you, Jenny. Jensen said, good evening, everyone. Have a blessed day and night. God bless. God bless you, my friend. Thank you, Johnson. Tandra, Sean, make the most time you have with him. Absolutely. Thank you, Tandra. Nightmare says it's a tricky one. It seems to be. But every moment gives us the opportunity to choose. Every moment gives us an opportunity to choose peace. In A Course in Miracles, it says the only lesson of the cross is that we can all survive our own crucifixion. And the ego always wants to be crucified. The ego always wants to be put on trial so it can defend itself. And in its defense, it creates its own reality. However, Jesus on the cross, and again, take the religious language however you would like, change it. Jesus on the cross had to see the reality of absolute love, the reality of his one-ship with the Father before he could be resurrected. And he did that when he forgave the people who put him on the cross. He had to be on the cross in order to choose the resurrection. Every single moment that you feel that you need to defend yourself, you can choose the resurrection, meaning you allow yourself to be reborn in every moment. And you allow the person who seems to be attacking you to be reborn. The person who seems to be attacking you is your greatest teacher. because they are giving you the opportunity to choose peace. If it's a really bad attack thought, man, that means you're in a master class. That means you're ready for something tough. The universe has prepared you for just this moment. And if for whatever reason you aren't able to choose peace, choose again. Choose again. Here's the wonderful thing about the resurrection. It's always right now. It's never put off. It's right now and right now and right now. Sean says, my jaw dropped when I saw Granddad just now. I'm sure. I know. It's a shock to the system. But your grandfather at this very moment is choosing to let go. He's getting ready to let go. And when he let goes, it means that he fills the very space that you occupy. He will always be with you. Joyful says, Sean, we are spirit, not flesh. Nightmare says, it's something I battle with personally. It's all good wanting peace, but if you can't choose peace at a time of heightened emotions, then it's pointless. That's a great point. Here's the thing, though. It's never pointless. If you can't choose peace at this time, choose again, because there'll be another time. Don't beat yourself up. That's why I love the word responsibility, our ability to respond. It's a muscle. You're training it. You're coming back to it over and over and over again. Would you beat yourself up for only being able to do 101 burpees and not 102? Or will you come back the next day and try to do 102 burpees? If you can't choose peace at a time of heightened emotion, breathe, come back, and try again. It's so simple. Choose again, over and over and over and over again. It's okay to mess up. Every day I mess up. Every single day. Be peace, no ego. Absolutely. Peace is the absence. Peace is seeing through the ego. Sean says, he pointed to me and asked me how long I have to live in my head. I'm like, I don't know how long I have to live. Tanya says, if you haven't already, be sure to tell him you love him. Many don't and regret it. Absolutely. I was blessed with the opportunity to be with my dad the very moment he passed away, holding his hand, tell him that I loved him, and then I sat up for the rest of the night holding his hand and meditating with him, knowing that the mind shuts down a little and a little and a little and a little until you enter the light of consciousness itself. According to the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. So I wanted to be there with every stage and just whisper, let him know, I love you, I love you, I love you. Good morning, Mir. Mir says, say, Sir Yogi, good morning, sir. Good morning to you, my friend. Jay says, life is all about unity. Unity is all about love. Love is all unconditional and leads us back to unity. What a perfect circle. Jace, my friend, thank you for being in my circle. And thank you for pointing the way, Jace. Thank you for pointing to that circle. Mir says, hey, brother Jace. Jenny sends love to Mir. Mir says, Sister Chandra, congrats for 1K, my sister. Big celebration for Tandra. Tandra is, right now, her screen is up. And before I go out for my walk, I will click the play all button on her playlist. Hey, we're doing everything we can to manifest a fully monetized channel for our friend Tandra. If anyone can watch a playlist, even one video for the day, it all adds up. So if anyone can help, if anyone's, well, I don't have the link for Eve or for Goga, but we got big plans for them too. They got big plans. Jenny says, have courage and also never be ashamed of love. Absolutely. Mir says, I'm sorry, there are some network issues, so I don't visit your channel, my sister. Hey, Mir, we all know how much love you have for all of us and how much you've helped all of us. Jenny says, love is unconditional when it's pure. Absolutely. Nightmare says, for the record, I still believe Jace and Eric are the same person. Jace is me in my best of times. When I'm at my absolute best, I am Jace. And I am Jace when he's older and tired. Jenny says, congratulations, Sandra. Jace says, Sandra, congratulations. Mir says, Sandra is a shining star. She absolutely is. I love Tandra's her description of her channel. It's just very simple, to the point. Welcome to my channel. This is for people to come along for a light-hearted chat, along with uploads of my day-to-day life. I hope you enjoy yourself, and thanks for viewing. Light-hearted chat. Just show up, hang out, have fun, enjoy. And it really is a light-hearted chat. It's like hanging out in the kitchen with friends, drinking a cup of coffee, and then you go about your day. Oh, by the way, this is Friday. Do we have a live stream Friday coming up, Tandra? Let's see. Sean says that melanoma cancer outside of the organs, and that photo you showed everyone, the photo of Granddad, you can tell that God's nearly ready to take him. And that's important. God is nearly ready to take him. God will take him. He is surrendering to God. Eve's here. Eve says, Yogi, and hello, Yogi. Eve, my friend, how are you? I was just talking about you. Is there anyone here not subscribed to Eve? We are on a mission. I can't do it on my desktop. Is there anyone who could drop a link for Goga? And if anyone's not subscribed to Goga, I would appreciate it. Let me add Sean as a moderator. If you guys want to subscribe to Sean as well and offer help him in this difficult time. Eve says, hello everyone in the chat. Tanya sends love to Eve. He says, hey Tandra, how are you doing? Mir says, you're all very kind and soft-hearted and unconditional support for me. Thanks, God. Absolutely, Mir, my friend. Eve's going to drop Goga's link. Now, I've been talking about Tandra's goal. I've been talking about Eve's goal. We'd love to get Eve to 5,000 subscribers by New Year's. We'd love to get Goga to 10,000 subscribers by New Year's. Do you guys have a goal? Or a wish, something that you want to achieve? Let us know. We're going to support you guys too. When we all join together, that's when we hit it. That's when things fall into place. All right, so once the link is dropped, I'm going to have to go take my walk. I'm going to do probably a 8 a.m. live stream of me doing my kettlebells. It's supposed to be a 10-minute set. Today's going to be tough. I did not sleep much at all. I'm working on about 3.5, 4 hours worth of sleep. Mir says, thanks to all my friends. Always, Mir. You give so much to all of us. We get Goga's link. Thank you. Eve says, I'm doing well, Tundra. Thank you. Mir says, thanks, Tundra. So I hope you guys are all subscribed to each other. And Tundra, Eve, and Goga. Help them reach their goals. If you have your own goal, like I said, let us know. I'm going to tell you my goal. My goal is to, as I wrote in my title, my goal is to choose peace, moment by moment by moment, in every single live stream that I have. That's my goal. If I can do that, my channel will be successful. I want my channel to be a place where we choose peace, which means sometimes there are going to be things that make it hard to choose peace. There are going to be times when we think, man, I don't like where things are going. I don't like this member. I don't like this person here. I don't like this. I don't like that. Perfect opportunity. Choose peace. And that might be difficult. I wish I could make it easier. But it does get easier. I can promise you that. It does get easier because it's gotten easier for me. I am literal proof that we can get more in tune with our own inner state of peace and love. Jay says, I only have one goal. I wish for nothing more than happiness for others, maybe to help just one person improve their life. That's it. Hey, Jace, I join you in that goal. And you know what? You are already successful because you've done it. You've done it for me. You are a reminder for me to choose love, a reminder for me to choose peace. Your practice encourages my practice, and I hope my practice encourages yours. Nightmare says, have a great day, beautiful people. Thank you, Nightmare. Man, Nightmare, thanks again. Like I said, just huge insights you were dropping. Tanya says, 3:30. 3:30 today. Awesome. Sean says, even though Granddad is not interested in Christianity, God still wants to take him to heaven, even if he wasn't a Christian in his life. He will still be in heaven. Absolutely, he will be. He will still be in heaven. And he will still always be with you. Heaven is all-encompassing. Jesus pointed it out very clearly, very succinctly. The kingdom of heaven is within. You know what that means? Your granddad will be in heaven, and he will always be within you, because that's where heaven is found. You will always be able to contact your granddad. He'll never be separate from you. How much peace is there? How much peace is there in that? Jay says, I'm withdrawing from all competition too. Good luck to the winner. Nice, Jace. I like that. And it's understood. I know where you're coming from, my friend. Hey, Jace, reach out. Let me know what you're. Let me know where you are right now, my friend. If you're of a mind to. Johnson says, I find peace in God. Absolutely, my friend. That's the only place we ever find peace. Now, someone else's interior perception of God might be different. Let's get rid of the word perception. Someone else's interior reality of God might appear different to us than it is to someone else, but that's where we all find peace. We all find peace in God. Some people might view God as nature itself, as reality, as whatever. It's not up to us to change someone else's experience of God. Sean says, amen. Gotta go 34 minutes late for hitting my phone and watch. Gotcha, my friend. Sniper says, some say this realm is the devil's playground, but it doesn't mean we have to play by his rules. One love. Absolutely. And I love thinking of the devil as the ego. I don't mean that in a bad way. So we think of this realm as the ego's realm, which doesn't mean we have to play by the ego's rules. Man, nicely said, Sniper. If we play by God's rules, that's forgiveness. When we don't forgive, it means that we are playing by the ego's role. When we do forgive, it means we are looking deeper and we are playing by love's rules. Our choice. Moment by moment by moment. All right, guys. I'm going to take my walk. Thank you. Thanks for joining in prayer for Sean's granddad. Eve says, how you doing, Sean? It's a bit tough for Sean right now, Eve. I don't want to speak for him, but he might already have left. His granddad is not doing well. He is about to leave this world. He's about to enter into heaven. So we're all joining together. We're sending. It's just end of life. His granddad is ill. He's reached that point where he's ready to let go of his body. Sniper says, cheers, I'm on a hot tin roof today. Q, toe tapping chimney sweepers. Eve says, oh no, so sorry to hear that, Sean. Thank you, Eve. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining in that prayer with us. All right, my friends. So if you want to join in and watch the kettlebell set, I'll be doing it somewhere a little after 8. Then I'll do my regular live streams as well. Sniper says, looking out for Mary Poppins. You know what? I loved that movie as a kid. I still love it now. Another one of those movies that help you believe in the magic of the world. All right. My friends, thank you again. I'll see everyone later. Have a good, whatever time it is for you, have a good time in that moment. Send a love to you guys.